The amount of people I speak to that are procrastinating through life, they feel lazy, they feel like they get home from work, they kick their feet up, and they try and do little things to possibly think about with their dreams or their goals, their ambitions, and all the things that they suppress from the work that they've been doing. Now, a lot of people will think that this is because they're lazy or because they're procrastinating, and it's just natural to sort of feel that energy. But I came across this sort of halfway in my entrepreneurial journey, and that is that you're actually just unaligned with what you're going for. You know, you feel like you're sort of just waiting and waiting for something to change. You're waiting for something to come along and change your mindset, or wake you up, be the spark to reignite what you're doing. Sometimes you have to sort of make that decision to find that path, find that thing that you can put into your internal GPS system. If you can start to align yourself with actually what you want from life, start to define your journey, think about what it is that actually gets you going, gives you energy, then you'll actually start to become aligned with what you're doing and start to figure out, point yourself in the right direction, get yourself around the right people. Maybe get rid of people that are bringing you negative energy, that are telling you you can't do things. The more you can start to think on this way of thinking in terms of being aligned with what you're actually going for, creating and defining a journey of what you're trying to achieve. Imagine that you're getting into a car each day on a life path and you're having to figure out what your internal GPS is going to send you to. Otherwise, that's where you start to get lazy. That's when you start to procrastinate, because you're just getting into a car. It's like you're just sitting on your driveway, just waiting for your GPS to load up. So you've really got to start to think about these things, because otherwise you can get into a habitual state, you can get lazy, you can feel like you're unproductive, you're procrastinating. It's because you're out of alignment in where you're trying to go in life. So really start to think about it. Where do I need to go next? What do I have to decide to do? Which usually comes from self awareness. It's being self aware to go, hi, I'm procrastinating. I'm feeling a bit lazy at the moment, but it's because I'm unaligned in where I'm going. Now, how do I go about defining where I want to go next and then going along that journey to make it happen? The more we can start to do this in our life, in our fitness, our health, maybe it's our wealth, our monetary status, maybe it's, just relationships in general in your work, we can start to think about all of these things that are dictating our life and sort of affecting our moods. Is it because we're out of alignment with actually where we want to go? Maybe you're in a property sector or a financial sector and it doesn't give you any energy at all. The first step is being self aware. If you can be self aware to take yourself out of that and start putting the tracks down for where you want to go, then the procrastination and the laziness just goes. You start to do research, you start to get excitement, you start to get energy around what you're trying to do. And this is why we run this YouTube channel. It's because we see the amount of people, especially in between their 20s and 40s, they go through college, they go through university, they come into work, and they just feel lost. They feel like they haven't got a plan. They're skipping from job to job. They've got too many choices and they've got no understanding on what it is that they actually want to achieve from life. They just see the salary or they see the amount of workload that they've got. They go, that sounds easy, or that sounds like a good paycheck. And guess what? A year later, they're still in the same boat. They're still unhappy and they're still wondering why life isn't looking any better. So take that first step. Be self aware, get yourself into alignment, start to create more of a plan of action on where you want to go with this thing we call life, and start to get yourself, not only consuming content around where you want to go, but actually start to be self-aware that you are the dictator of your life. You are the person putting in your internal GPS system where you want to go.